Why, hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I'm here today on this lazy Sunday with my Love After Lockup recap, Season 6, Episode 4, Reckless Entanglements. I know I missed Episode 3 last week, but here I am with Episode 4. If I was going to give this particular episode a grade, I would give it a C plus. Okay, unfortunately, like it seems like in past seasons, the season will start off strong and it's progressively declining as we get through the episodes. So this is episode 4. Next Friday will be episode 5. Halfway through the season, if we get 10 episodes like we usually do, we'll Love After Lockup. And I'm not impressed. So let's hop right into it. So first of all, we have Brooke and JK. And we picked up where we left off last episode, where he's stuffing his face, fresh out of prison, barbecue food, so happy. And, they're talking about having a baby already. Apparently, Brooke and JK want to have a baby ASAP. Mama, not too happy about that at all. Mama's like, listen, what have I taught you all your life? No love, no glove. JK's all about, well, I'm 31 years old and I haven't had a kid by now. So he has a parole at mama's house. Okay. He has to be in by 5 p.m. every night. Okay. He's only allowed out from 8 to 5. He has a ankle monitor. So if him and Brooke want to get it on, they have to get it on at mama's house. So after he stuffs his face and he promises mama that he's not going to have a baby within the first 24 hours of getting out, they go back to the house where his stepdad is there to greet him. Him and his stepdad have a very rocky relationship. He admits that he took a lot of things out on his stepdad that he shouldn't have. He would say things to him like, I hate you. You're not my real father. And he says he realizes that he was lashing out because his real father left, but his stepfather has shown him unconditional love. And they have a relationship. You can tell that there's love there, but they bust each other's chops. Um, JK wanted to test out how far his electronic monitor would go. So, because he's like, well, the washer and dryer and the freezer and all that is in the garage. Is it going to go off when I go in the garage? So he goes out into the garage to test it. And his stepfather has a bullhorn and starts making it go off. So you hear wee, 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 wee. And JK comes running in the house thinking that his electronic monitor thingy went off. But no, it's his stepfather busting his ass. And he's like, that was a real asshole move. And the stepfather's like, yeah, I know. And that's why it works so well. So, mom also has a roommate named Marla. Marla has been part of the family forever. So Marla so graciously gave up her room for the night so JK and Brooke could have some privacy. Well, Brooke walked into that room and she said, what the heck? First of all, the bed has support bars on it. There's a wheelchair in the corner. There's a walker in the corner. There's a CPAP machine hanging off the side of the bed. And there is a porta potty in the corner with a laundry basket on top of it. What in the actual fuck? So I would say that the piss bucket in the corner totally would kill the romantic mood for me. But JK and Brooke, after Brooke was kind of like, she put all the heebie jeebies away and she got it on with him in that room. She said those handrails on the side of the bed, you know, came in handy. After a while, you didn't notice the CPAC machine. She could live with the sex. Okay. The sex is absolutely fantastic. It's a 10 out of 10. She could live with it. JK said that he had lots of time to explore. So, yeah, so they had a good first night. Now it's the next day. Okay. And I'm going to get off the picture of the porta potty. The next day, he is, up early in the morning. They have a bunch of things to do. He has to report to his PO. He wants to go see his grandmother because it's her birthday. Brooke wants him to meet her boys. And he's attached to his phone. Brooks said that he has been up since 3 a.m. and he is attached. I didn't bring my phone in here with me. He is like this, attached to his phone. Okay. So Brooke is like, when they get in the car and whatever, Brooke is like, would you mind getting off your phone? You've been on your phone since early in the morning. Like, who could you possibly be talking to? And he's like, do you want to see my messages? Like, you're already starting the shit that you don't trust me. You want to see my messages? And she's like, you better not be talking to your ex because talking to your ex is a no go with me. They get into a fight and he gets out of the car. That is a great way to start off your first full day together. After, especially after spending the night in a room that had a piss bucket in the corner with a laundry basket on top of it. Just saying. So now there has been confusion on the interwebs, and I'm hoping to resolve that confusion for you guys and myself. Did Brooke have a baby? Did JK have a baby with someone else? Is this his niece? Like, what is happening? I thought Brooke had a baby. Now I'm thinking that she didn't have a baby, and maybe JK had a baby with someone else. But who the fuck knows? I'm hoping to sit down for an interview with Brooke and or JK really soon. So hopefully we'll get some answers. So now moving on to Brooklyn and Daniel. I forgot about her for a second and this ridiculous outfit. So basically she wants to go, Brooklyn and Daniel, sorry, Brooklyn and Brian. She wants to go pick him up, and his parole officer went speeding right past her, went straight to the halfway house. Pulled up to the halfway house to pick up his belongings. One of his belongings was his prison tablet. And in the back of his prison tablet, Brian had a picture of, quote, a big booty girl that wasn't Brooklyn. So Brooklyn was not fucking happy about this, to say the least. So when Brian calls her, she's like, yo, what's up? What's up with this? Why do you have some big booty bitch on the back of your tablet that's not me? And they proceed to get into an argument over it. And he hangs up on her. And she is like, what the fuck? Excuse me? I'm going out of my way. I'm driving all over town for this guy, and he has the nerve to hang up on me. He calls back and he's like, listen, I've had that tablet for fucking ever. Okay. I don't know who that bitch is. That picture was in the back of the tablet when it was passed on to me. Now, why would I put a picture of you in the back of a tablet that is passed around to people? What sense does that make? So she's like, but why did you hang up on me then? And he said, because you were making me mad. And I don't want to get mad. So I hung up on you. Can you wait until we're together for you to get all psycho on me? Like, damn, girl. And you know what? One thing I don't like, she keeps calling him stupid and saying, you're dumb. You're dumb. That's stupid. You're dumb. That's one thing that I'm just like, girl, I understand that you're mad. You just saw some big booty pic that isn't yours on the back of your man's tablet, but constantly calling him dumb. Yeah. Okay. So, moving on, we have Joey and Michael. It's a car crash that you slow down on the side of the road, even though you don't want to. You slow down to see what's going on. Well, first of all, Michael is all about just sliding on through. Okay. He's not lying. He's just, omitting some things. So he has his list of recommendations from his parole officer. Now, he hasn't even checked in with the PO yet, but he has a list of recommendations, and him and Joey are going over it at breakfast. And basically, he needs to let his PO know if he's in a relationship. And Michael's like, I don't think it's a good time to tell my PO that I'm in a relationship because I haven't been out of prison for 24 hours. So maybe we should wait a couple of weeks and then tell them. And Joey's like, but what if in a couple of weeks your PO is like, but why did you tell me, from the beginning? Like, who picked you up from prison? And starts asking all these questions. And Michael's like, well, I don't really have to tell them. And if they don't find out, whatever they don't know won't hurt them. That seems to be his attitude. Whatever they don't know won't hurt them. And Joey's like, no, it doesn't work that way. What's the worst they can do to you? And Michael's like, yeah, well, they can violate me, but, and Joey, you could see his head is about to explode. Like, every minute that he spends with Michael, and Michael like talking about ways just to be able to get away with things, just he knows all about the PO system. So when he went to the halfway house and he saw the whole setup, which honestly I didn't think this shit was too bad. Okay, so basically he has his own room. He says that the mattress is hard as fuck. It's worse than a prison mattress, blah, blah, blah. But you know something, Joey, Michael? The difference between the prison mattress and the mattress in a halfway house is that it's on the outside world in the halfway house. And prison, which I'm starting to think that you like being there, is you're locked down. Someone's telling you what to do. Someone is controlling your routine every day. And watching Michael more and more, I feel like he wants that. Like he can't deal with being on the outside world. So, after they go visit the halfway house, and he's like, nah, bullshit. This is a scam, because the people who run the house tell him you just need to sign in and out. Tell us where you're going, like if you're going, to work, to dinner, to the gym, whatever the case may be. Just write down what time you left, what time you're going to be back, and your curfew is at 10 o'clock. If you miss your curfew, we charge you $25 and we violate you. Him hearing that they charge $25, he was like, nah, that's it. This is a scam. This is a racket. They just do that to get your money, and then they report you. You go back to jail, and then somebody else comes in, and then they're getting the money from them. Nah, this is a racket. I'm telling you. And Joey's like, I don't see what's so bad about this. You have some rules. You have your own room. Like, what is the big deal? Nah, Michael ain't having it. But when they went to the Samsung store, because when he walked out of those prison gates and Joey handed him his phone that was factory reset by his mom, Michael's head almost fucking exploded. He was like, what? You guys factory reset my phone and changed my phone number? No, I told you not to do that. And Joey's like, but what's the big deal? Those are all your old druggy friends. You don't want to be around those people anymore. No, you factory reset my phone. Well, he went to Samsung and he figured out a way. He's like, if there's a will, there's a way. Joey, my question to you is, why the fuck did you drive him to the cell phone store? Like, that's it, dude. We factory reset your phone. There's nothing we can do. But no, he goes to the Samsung store, and guess what? They fix his phone so all of his contacts are back, all of his messages are back. He has a buttload of messages, his words, not mine. Okay. And he's like, oh, look, Richard, Brian, DJ, Gino. Wow. All my friends have been looking for me. So Joey's like, you know, we never established Michael's body count, but he thinks that it could be around 100. All I have to say is now this is a spoiler alert, but like I said, Joey and Michael are like that car accident that you slow down on the side of the road to see what's going on. And unfortunately, in their case, Michael went right back to jail basically a month after he was released, according to Sarcasm, on a parole violation. So, as we see, as the episodes are progressing, Michael is, slowly falling off the track. So, moving on, we have Q and D. I am so glad that he got his hair done and he no longer has those Mickey Mouse puffs. But all I have to say is Q is way too beautiful and way too hardworking. And she has such a big heart from what we could see to be running around for this man, working two jobs, taking this man on job interviews. And by the way, D, that HR lady couldn't give a fuck that it was your baby mama calling in the middle of the interview. Yeah, you had your phone on vibrate, but all you heard was bzzz, bzzz, bzzz. Oh, yeah, that's my baby mama calling. You think she gave a fuck? No. So he went on a job interview. Q drove him to the job interview. He's been in the halfway house for about a month. Okay, it's real hard on their relationship. Like I said, Q is like driving herself crazy, driving herself to the ground, I should say, working two jobs, trying to be there for this man, taking him to job interviews. She can't get 5 minutes with him, okay, to get her feels on and her kissies on. But he manages to find the time to go out on a whole lunch date with his baby mama, Jawilla, the one that Q cannot stand, the one that he cheated on Q with when they were teenagers. Okay. And he has three boys with her. So he finds time to go out on a whole lunch date with Joella, but he can't find a couple of minutes, to get some touchy in with his girlfriend that he loves so much. Make it make sense. And the name of the restaurant where they went out to lunch? The Love Bucket. Okay. So Jawilla swears that she snaps her fingers and he will come back. Okay. She got his three boys. He still look good. She loves herself, a dark skinned man, and she snaps her fingers and he will come running back. Because, to her, this relationship with Q ain't shit. Meanwhile, Q is running herself to the ground for this man. Did I mention that? So the producers asked him, "Do you still love Joella?" He started stuttering. He, like, his eyes started twitching. And he was like, "No, I want to start a new relationship, start my new life." His eye twitching is telling a whole nother story. It's like, okay. So he tells Joella that he believes in, basically, if what's meant to be is meant to be. He needs to go out there. He needs to try something new. His words, not mine. And if it's meant to be between him and Joella, it's meant to be. But now he's with Q. I'm like, what the fuck? Excuse me? What in the fuck? Like, yeah. So, like I said, he has this beautiful woman running herself ragged for him. Okay, and yeah, he's just like, yo, if I'm meant to be with my baby mama, then I'm meant to be with my baby mama. If I'm meant to be with Q, I'm meant to be with Q. Yeah. Okay. So now moving along to another car accident that you slow down on the side of the road to see. Alexis, Julius, and Ashley. Okay. So first of all, he wakes up with Alexis. He stood up Ashley, okay, on his release day. He told Ashley that he would come over and see her in the evening, but then called her with some bullshit that he was spending the night with his mom, when in actuality, he spent the night with Alexis. And they had unprotected sex. That's another thing I want to ask. Along with JK and Brooke, What is with these chicks having unprotected sex with their men straight out of prison? And JK and Brooke, I don't even think they showered. But Alexis didn't use any protection. Julius was like, nah, we didn't use no protection. I don't, yeah. So now they are going, so now Julius and Alexis are actually going to see his family, his mom and his sisters. Alexis is friends for with one of Julia's sisters, as a matter of fact, for over 10 years. So that's, kind of how she hooked up with Julius. Meanwhile, Ashley is back at the hotel and she's just waking up, and her and her friends popped the champagne the night before. They said fuck these roses, took the rose petals, drew them all around the room, and she's waking up with a slight hangover from the champagne, I'm sure. And she's like, I wasn't expecting to celebrate my birthday this way. I mean, she was expecting to spend her birthday waking up next to Julius, not waking up half hungover with rose petals torn up all over the room. So she's trying to text and call Julius, and it's going to voicemail, and he's not answering her. And she is getting more and more pissed the fuck off because it's her birthday. And he's about to ruin her whole fucking birthday. So, like I said, Julius is with Alexis, going to see his mom and his sisters. I could see why Julius had a rough upbringing. His mom obviously suffered from substance abuse issues. She said herself she lost her license. Julius said his mom drank a lot when he was growing up to deal with her depression. And, he didn't like seeing his mom like that. So he had a reunion with his mom and his sisters. They apologized for not, visiting him those 6 years he was away. Julius says, if I was in their shoes, I would find a way to go visit or take all these phone calls or be there for the person that's behind bars, but that's neither here or there. So he, reunites with his family, feels all good, gets back in the car with Alexis. His sister says that Alexis was a godsend to her, and she loves Alexis so much, and she hopes her brother doesn't break her heart. She doesn't know her brother to be a playboy, but he's kind of, the keep to himself type. And yeah, so we shall see whose side his sister takes when she finds out that this is a love triangle. Now, I want you guys to drop me a comment because Ashley said on her Facebook Live that if Julius would have told her about this whole thing from the get-go, she would have went along with it. Do you think Alexis knew and she went along with it? Ashley says she had no idea. And I could see that because, we do need at least one of the people involved in the love triangle to have no fucking clue about it for the surprise element. Like last season with Kate, Hunter, and Kaylee. Kate knew what he was doing, not to the extent, but Kate knew what he was doing. Kaylee had no idea. So, do we think that Alexis knows what he's doing or knew what he was doing, but not to the extent like Kate last season, and Ashley had no fucking clue? Let me know what you think. So, to make a long story short, he tells Alexis that Tyler is blowing up his phone. Okay, Tyler's blowing up his phone. Tyler is driving him crazy. Tyler wants him to come out and chill for a bit, and he's just gonna go out and chill for a bit. So now I have a serious question. Alexis was laying on the couch. Julius walked right outside into the backyard, just, a set of glass doors in between them. Why didn't she get up and listen a little closely to hear who he was talking to? If she felt like that phone call was shady, could she hear who he was talking to? I mean, lots of questions. Then he comes back in and he's like, all right, babe, I'm going to go hang with Tyler. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Walks out the door. She looks on her phone and she's like, he just posted, oh, is anybody chilling or whatever? And she's like, he's not posting that for random guys. Is he posting that for random chicks? Meanwhile, back at the hotel room, okay, Julius told Ashley, I'm going to be there in 15 minutes. Like Wonder Woman, she finishes her makeup, puts on her wig, and she is the second former Ashley. Okay. And she's like, I am so excited. And now, I never heard of this before. She's like, I love beef jerky. When you're like angry or you're fighting with somebody and you're like clenching your jaw, she's like, eating beef jerky is the best because you're already clenching your jaw. And I'm like, girl, why are you eating beef jerky? Are you expecting to have a fight with Julius? I mean, geez, he's not even there yet. So, as we can see from next week's preview, okay, Julius, she goes running, Julius! And then we see them arguing. And he says to her, you never did anything for me. And she's like, I never did anything for you. And basically, he leaves the room and she's crying. Everything he told me was a lie. So I'm hoping to sit down and talk with Ashley really, really soon. And we will get into all the nitty gritty without violating her NDA. You guys know I'm really good at doing that. So keep a lookout for that. Now, one thing I'm really happy about, Ashley got rid of that stupid Julius tattoo. Oh, yes, she did. Like I said, she was live on Facebook the other day. So I got to see that she got rid of the stupid tattoo. She has been blowing Julius out of the water. Okay. Julius Parker, when are you going to come out of the closet? You want to keep posting about me and post shit on your story, thinking shit cute. You know what I look like. And even when you came to the hotel, you tried to stay and I made you leave. Tell the truth. You needed someone to stay, so you used Alexis because you damn well know you wasn't getting shit from me. You're mad weird. You better leave me alone before I call your parole officer and have him watch you drinking and smoking on live television. Maybe I should tag him. Then she says, also, I have no hate towards Alexis. She didn't know about me and I didn't know about her. From what I've seen on the show, she's a real sweet girl with a big heart. I honestly feel kind of bad for her. She didn't deserve what he did to us. I wish them the best on their journey. I'll find my man and he won't be fresh out of prison this time. And yes, I wish Ashley all the best. Okay. And please, not an inmate next time. Now, this girl, from my research on her, has been through hell. Okay. But as you can see here, on March 30th, she said, I was talking to my therapist today. I realized that all I used to stress about is gone. Everything I need, I have. Off probation. No more court shit. I'm officially free. Bills are paid up. Kids are happy. I have a piece of my Queenie back in Queen. I literally don't have nothing to stress about at all. It's such a weird and peaceful feeling. I don't know how to describe this type of peace I'm feeling, honey. Let me tell you, it took hell to get here. I'm just so proud of myself. And yes, as you see right here, this is a mugshot. Okay, Ashley was arrested back in. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. She was arrested back in 2023. Okay, and as you can see here, there were some crazy, crazy charges. Violate Violation, protection order, or consent agreement, aggravated menacing, resisting arrest, DV, knowingly cause physical harm, and escape. Okay, so this girl had a total bond of $11,750. But as she said on that Facebook post, all that stuff is behind her, and there's nowhere to go but up. Just saying. So now, finally, the last couple, Will and Courtney. I'm sorry. This is giving me Chaz and Branwyn vibes, and we've only seen them for 2 episodes. Just saying. So Will is a nerdy IT guy. Courtney is a party girl. Courtney has just served 15 months for Grand Theft Auto and identity theft. That's how she supported her substance addiction. She loved to do meth and cocaine, apparently. And in order to provide for her addiction, she would steal cars, forge checks, steal identities. So she was eventually caught. She served 15 months in jail. Her and her mom have a strained relationship. Her mom is with Will to pick her up. She is so happy to see Will. She goes jumping into his arms. Her mom, on the other hand, you could see the relationship is really strained. Now, back to Will. He was really excited to pick her up. He had a suitcase all packed, and he saw that TSA went through his suitcase, because that happens sometimes. And then they leave you like a little note that they went through your suitcase. He was like, oh, so I guess they found my I don't want to get into trouble with YouTube. My plug, okay? And it's not an electrical plug. Just put it that way. YouTube has been weird lately with tagging me for saying certain words, okay? If you guys watch 90 Day Fiance, talking about Jasmine and Rob and their whole situation, I guess kind of got me into trouble for saying the word too much. So let's just say that Will has, certain things packed in his suitcase, including these like soft silk ropes that he's planning on tying Courtney to the headboard with. Let me ask you a question. She has been in jail for the past 15 months. I'm sure she's been handcuffed and shackled enough. What makes you think she's going to want to be tied to the headboard? And that he had his plug, not an electrical plug. And he wondered what TSA thought of it. And as he's talking about it, he is holding a toy in his hand. And it's not a child appropriate toy, if you get what I'm saying. I'm like, what the fuck? So he's there, her mom is there, and her sponsor is there. And I'm really happy that she does have a sponsor, and he is an older man, like a dad figure, and he looks like he's going to hold her accountable. He looks like he's not going to fucking play. So Courtney says that Will would not have been her type back in high school because, she always liked the bad boys, etc. Well, Will is her type now. And I wonder if it has anything to do with the money that he makes. I don't know. It's only been 2 episodes with them. This is the first one. We see them together in person. So we shall see. Like I said, we're approaching about the halfway point of the season. So that's basically all for this episode. And thank you so much for watching me. Please subscribe if you don't already. Please double check that you are subscribed because YouTube likes to fucking play games and they will unsubscribe you. Please like, share my video with a friend or 10. And one more thing, please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much. Keep your notifications on. I'm going to have quite a few interviews with this season's cast. Fingers crossed. Lots of things going on, lots of communications going on. So keep your notifications on for those. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye, everyone.